Golden Shower, that's his name on there?
No, Golden Kid.
Saludos, mijo. What's up, Nigel?
Nigel.
Nacho Libre.
Nacho.
How's the sparring going up there in Texas? Go ahead and start the podcast.
I was. We were. And then you started saying words and then Golden Shower over there.
It's because that's what he called it the other day. I was like, we're made to the fucking.
Orale, what's up, Jeffrey? That's my nephew.
There's no way.
What's up, nephew?
Go ahead, let's start. We're going to talk about what?
First we got to talk about people catching L's at the gym. Somebody told me, I didn't notice this. I was there sparring on Friday.
Let me end this live real quick.
I was sparring on Friday and I didn't see it.
What happened? What happened? Tell me.
Sebastian broke somebody's nose.
What?
Again?
Friday.
Which Sebastian?
Sebastian.
I'm kidding.
Sebastian.
Yeah, I know.
Kick his ass, Seabass.
It was like, because Monday.
Whose nose was it? I was there.
The new kid. New muscle kid.
He broke his nose?
Yeah, and because Eva told me about it, and she was like, he told Sebastian to light him up. I was like, no, man, come on. Come at me. And Sebastian was like, okay. And then, pop, broken
That
nose.
motherfucker hits hard,
He
dude.
needed muscles in those brains, not muscles in his fucking body.
I'm telling you, it's like, we're the wrong gym for those people. We're the perfect gym for those people to come to. It's like, just come on, bring it, and we will challenge you. But they get there and they're all, I got this. He's still in socks. You guys know how I feel about people who train in socks, right? I'm not a fan.
His brother was wearing socks today. I was like, why are you just wearing socks, dude?
Okay, this is a perfect example. Alex, right? Coach's brother Alex comes to the gym, and I don't know that it's Coach's brother, but he's training in the socks. I don't respect people who train in their socks, just in general. Like, I see somebody training in the socks, I'm like, okay, they're still green as far as it goes. I don't necessarily disrespect them. I'm like, there's a level of greenness to them. And then I saw Alex, and I was like, what? He's fucking with my whole theory. So I told him, I was like, why are you still in your socks? He was like, I don't have any boots. And I got him some boots because I was like, hey, somebody get this man some boots.
Yeah, he needs boots.
But then everybody else in their socks is just.
That Mexicans got on boots.
Pretty much.
Mexican got
You ever seen that one?
No.
You gotta watch it.
Ali Sadiq. I'll send it to you.
Ali is it's a comedy thing.
Yeah.
Okay.
You may or may not like it. Whatever. I'm still sending it.
Mexican got on boots.
Mexican got boots.
So this dude in his socks, muscles and socks. I don't listen to them a lot. Muscles. I'm trying to pay attention to you too, actually.
Muscles
more.
wanted to spar. Okay.
So he's like, and if you're sparring in socks, that's pretty much a wrap. Take off your socks and pretend like you're a Muay Thai guy or a kickboxer guy.
Just wear your fucking shoes.
I'm with Magz. Get some shoes.
But you know what, Adam? I'm going to say you're right. But also, I commend those guys for wanting to spar that way. Is it wrong for them? Yeah, but I'd rather have that than pussies.
And yes, okay. That I will accept. I'll be like, hey, at least they're sparring.
Yeah, they're trying. They're trying.
Yeah.
But in that case, that guy's probably out for a month or two with that broken nose.
Yeah. What's hilarious is the people who show up on Fridays with who just wanted a class. They're like, oh, no, I don't want to spar. I'm like, okay, then just go over there, hit the bag. I'm not going to pay any attention to you for this hour. It's because it's sparring day. And then so he gets his nose broken on Friday. Fast forward to Monday, coach is snatching ribs.
Oh, no, but that was an accident.
I want to play that back just so he's like, oh, no, but that was an accident.
That's like when Rick James says, I didn't fucking.
Cocaine, a hell of a drug.
Coca-Cola's a hell of a drug.
I wouldn't just fucking walk in there and put my boots all over his couch. Come on, I have better sense than that.
Oh, man. It's like
I just said, that situation, that young man that sparred me, he's tough and he's young. I think he's like 26, 27.
Thought he was ready for all the smoke.
And he does Muay Thai and kickboxing, and maybe in that ring he'd kick my ass, But he wanted to challenge me at what I do. And I think he really felt like he can go a whole round. He thought I was loading on him, and I wasn't. I was just setting shots up, and it's technique. But as he was, you want me to keep talking about it? Or
yeah, I'm listening.
So he calls me out, and I'm like, all right, you got to do a round. And he's like, all right. And he's like, you going to be able to hang? I'm like, yeah, bro. He went to go get his gloves on. He's wrapping his hands. I'm like, motherfucker, I got like 2 minutes, dog. Like, he's wrapping his hand. I just finished doing a private PT. And then he says, you're not going to get a mouthpiece? I said, for what? For you? I don't need a mouthpiece for you, dog. And I went in there with him. And to his surprise, to my surprise, when I sparred, the bell rang. He took away the jab from me the way he was lined up. And I was like, damn, I can't get this jab flowing, so I gotta go to the body. Right when I went to the body, he hit me with the jab in the face, dog. And I was like, oh shit. He was okay. So he's decent, right? This is all within like 10, 15 seconds of sparring. And I got really close to him. And as I got close to him, I can just feel him like opening up on his shots, trying to like prove that he was tough or he was going to hurt me or knock me out. So right when he loaded up that right hand, I just shot a left hook to the body. He dropped, and then I fucked with him a little bit. I hit him like 3 times on the floor. But the only reason I fucked with him was because he was calling out a coach.
Right.
And he wanted
can't do that.
And then he wanted to like quit right there. And I said, no.
Now, let me replay it back from my angle. So coach comes up.
Oh, you were watching. I forgot.
Yeah. So coach comes up to me, is like, and I don't know what's going on. He says, Adam, to get the class started. And I just say, okay. I don't ever ask why. I just say, okay. And so I got the class on the bags, and I see them in the ring. I was like, hey, class, we're going to watch coach spar.
Oh, my God.
Okay.
I heard what happened.
We go watch coach spar. And then once coach took the dude's rib and then started really fucking with him, I said, hey, class, everybody back on the
Back
bags.
to work. Yeah, back to work.
No, we're not watching this.
Maggie told me too, she was about to yell like, Joe, like, like chill, but she also understood that she never sees me do that much. So
I told James.
It wouldn't happen for
I said, make it stop. And it came out. I was like, James, make the stop. And it came out like Rocky IV. Stop. Man, throw in the damn towel.
What did James say?
James just looked at me and, because honestly, that's like James understood everybody understood exactly what was happening.
Yeah, for sure.
And that's just it. And what I want, and it leads us to what I want to talk to today, because Genevieve said to me, like, she's like, I want to be as delusional as some of the men in this gym. And I corrected her. I said, some of the people in this gym. And she goes, no, the men. I was like, all right, fine. Right. But that level of delusion that puts you in the ring with the superior opponent is needed.
Yeah.
100%. Like, you can't get in that ring. Now, the problem with the gentleman you part is that he got punched into sanity.
Yeah.
And then it was like, okay, because I heard him a couple times. Okay, all right. You can't, like, that's not the equivalent of a ding.
It's because you can't call out. I hate using metaphors of animals, but you can't call out a lion and then expect them to stop when you say stop. It's done.
Yeah.
I got to be the lion for those 3 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
And I won't. If you ask me to spar, I won't allow you to quit, even if I hurt you. Because that's the way I was brought up. I was hurt like that too as a fighter when I was a kid growing up. I was dropped I used to walk up to the best pros and I'd be like, hey, you want to spar? I'm 14, 15 years old. You ain't ready for me, kid. I'm ready. And right when the bell rang, I knew I wasn't ready. And they hit me, dropped me, and they would make me get up and finish the round.
You got to get up.
Yep.
And that's the thing is, so like,
but these kids all take shit personal, dog. Sorry to interrupt.
No.
They think you're attacking them. It's not attacking them. You bothered me to spar. Now you got to finish it.
And that's the thing is, it's none of it's personal at all ever.
I hugged them after.
Yep, you're gonna get a hug after. It's like, because I've sparred coach, and like we've talked about several times. I said, hey coach, give me 100% of what you got. And coach said, well, really?
He was all proud, showing people the fight film.
I showed,
and I'm like that Movie Man Society. You're showing them the fucking video, dog.
Because I wanted to explain to him what happened. Like, I know firsthand what it's like being in there. And it's like when coach hears that ding, when any fighter hears that ding, there's something that happens in their eyes that you just see.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
You like, hey, where'd my friend go?
All the emotion goes away, dude.
And that, because that person's now a fighter.
Yeah.
And that's what fighters have to be. Like, if you're getting in the ring, socks or not, like, there are some guys who have all the boxing gear, but none of the boxing ability.
Yeah.
For sure.
If you're getting into the ring, you have to completely forget about everything. Friendships, pain.
Bro, I see brothers go at it, bro. Like,
yeah,
it's just like, it's
man,
like the guy you're going to get, your opposite corner of yours is your enemy for that 3 rounds.
3 minutes. Yeah. I've seen Jose and Habib spar, and that's crazy. I mean, it's spectacular. I love seeing it, but it's like, wow, dude, they used to sleep in the same room.
Yeah.
Like that kind of thing.
Probably share the same bottle.
Right. Like, now, what do you think of the idea? And what I told Genevieve is like, yeah, you have to be delusional. This is not a sane man's sport, and I don't think success is a sane man's station at all. But Magz, if I was to tell you, is like, yeah, if you're not delusional, you're not going to make it. What would be your response to that?
I think that, like I mentioned previously, it's like you almost have to have a certain degree of delusion. Should we say the definition in honor of Mike?
Yeah, so we were talking about the Mike, the GM at our gym, and he was like getting real into, like me, I'm being a little bit hyperbolic.
Mike likes breakdowns.
Yeah, he's very like he analytical, He wants to know the literal fucking definition. Like,
I follow this African on TikTok, and he's like, Dululu. Sounds like a case of Dululu.
That was the definition.
What?
When Mike asked you for the definition, you did that.
Dululu. So here is characterized by or holding false beliefs or judgments about external reality that are held despite incontrovertible evidence. This is the definition. I don't know what Mike. I don't know where he said he got his, but I'm telling you the one I'm reading. Evidence to the contrary, typically as a symptom or mental condition, and then the second is based on having faulty judgment or being mistaken.
The way he said it, described it as like,
okay, no, I found the one he read.
Do it.
A delusional person believes things that couldn't possibly be true.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Couldn't possibly be, true. Right?
No, couldn't be true.
Wait, what?
Couldn't possibly be true.
Oh, okay, I see it.
Yeah.
What does the comma do right there?
I don't know.
Nothing.
She was just trying to show off some college.
No. I just, the way you read it, I was like, what? I got confused.
Okay. Now, when I say be delusional, my definition is, Adam Alexander's definition is, believe what nobody else believes about yourself. That's what you got to believe. Are you going to succeed? That's all that matters. Your answer to that. If everybody else says you're not going to succeed, you're not going to make it, you're not going to blah, blah, blah. Hey, maybe you should, wish a little lower. I've had that. I've had, it's just like maybe
set the bar a little lower.
Yeah.
It's too high.
Side note, and I'm going to go right back to delusional. In the past couple of days, I ran into two people I do not fuck with at all anymore, ever. Okay.
What did you say earlier? You don't like nobody, motherfucker.
I don't. It's
don't like movies, you don't like people, you don't like food. Go ahead.
I ran into two people I do not like anymore.
Two Rottweilers?
Probably. and in the, hey, how you doing? And all that stuff's going on. And I realized my heart felt bad for them, that I don't fuck with them anymore. And I was like, and as I walked away, I was like, man, yeah, shit, too bad for them. I'm an awesome person.
Like a bitch, dog.
Me?
Yeah.
Whatever. My point is, I was just so happy with who I am that I recognize that if people don't get to experience me, that's their loss. You know what I mean?
Wow.
And so, yeah.
You sound delusional right now, guy.
That's now we're back to delusional. That's how delusional you have to be. You have to know that you're the fucking reason this planet is spinning around. What?
When I first fucking met you, that we'd be doing a podcast together.
See?
That was fucking delusional.
Nothing in my life going on right now should be. And just like to even say that, oh, I have such and such. I would go back to and say, hey, your future in 2024, things are going to be like this. I was like, you're delusional.
You want to know what's fucking, you guys, I'll share something that I've actually never shared with anybody.
On the podcast. I thought it was just me.
I used to, I don't know, when I was a kid, we would go on road trips a lot, like to, 2 hours away, visit family, whatever. And I've always been a daydreamer. And I would just put on my iPod and just fucking start daydreaming and shit. And I've always been fascinated with boxing. So I would always imagine myself like, dude, one day, like just walking out of, like when we walk out, with the fighters. I imagined, but I had never even trained. And I was like, one day I'm going to do that. That's delusional until now we do that. Mm-hmm. So you're delusional until you're not.
See, and that's That's an interesting question.
Good one, though.
That's an interesting question. But yeah, no, being able to believe in your visions, what you see, that's the key to it. Now, are you still delusional? I say become delusional about something else. If once you achieve that, once your delusion manifests,
Are you delusion? Okay, if you think of it and you think it's reachable, and I don't think it's reachable, I think you're delusional. Does that make you delusional? Because you can grab it. I know I confuse them.
No, but it's like I'm following.
Yeah,
It just sounds crazy.
It's like your goals might be a delusion for me.
Yeah, yeah.
But you might be able to get there.
Right.
and I'm 100% positive that I would never tell you one of my far outlandish goals, and you'd be like, "That's not possible."
Yeah.
Okay, so that's
But I'm nobody to tell you.
But you're not. But if you did, I would. The more people who don't believe with you, the more delusional you can be if you choose to be.
I think the more you ask people advice, the more delusional you're gonna get.
Ooh.
Yeah. Yeah. Yes, that's a great. I think that's great.
Elaborate.
What you just said.
My advice that I would ask for is like, should I buy this phone? And you're gonna tell me no, and she's gonna tell me yes, and people are gonna tell me no, it's too expensive, it costs too much. So by the time I really think I should get it, and I'm using this as a fucking example, people will always have their own opinion, and and their opinion is limited to what their capacity of thinking is.
Yep.
Absolutely.
And that is, if you want to be really, really, really delusional.
I'm gonna go political real quick. Split second. Eddie Gallagher, one of my good friends, Navy SEAL, right?
Mm-hmm.
Got in trouble for allegedly did some war crime, right? Some Navy SEAL asked me one day, "What do you think about?" Because he knew I was friends with him. What do you think about what Gallagher did? What's your opinion? I said, "Bro, I can never give an opinion about him. I haven't served 11 times. I haven't been in firefights for 11 tours. Who am I to fucking give an opinion about what he did?" That's me being delusional because I have never been there. Mm-hmm. So why would I give an opinion about somebody I never walked in their shoes?
That's you not being delusional.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah. So, but everybody's quick to fucking criticize them. So I always say, if you're gonna give somebody an opinion, make sure you walked in those shoes first. Mm-hmm. I always, if I ask somebody advice, I'm asking somebody advice that's going where I'm going, or has been where I want to be at,
or can help you get to. Yeah.
Exactly. I'm not asking people who are, because they're gonna shoot you down.
Yeah,
that's that. And honestly, I'm least delusional when I'm at the gym. That's why I love the gym community so much, because it's no matter what my goals are. Like even like Jose, even when talking to Jose, he's like, "Okay, I'll, this, that, and the other." It's not, one time he came up to me, he's like, "Why aren't you running towards your goal?" And I was like, "Fuck," you know what I mean? So you do have people who are delusional with you.
How about the guys in the gym who are always quick to give advice when they're sparring, but they don't do it themselves when they're sparring?
That's their ego.
That's the ego?
That's their ego.
But like, you see, I don't tell you nothing anymore when the people are sparring. Because why? Because you've been tested and battle tested with us. And you're one of the few that I allow to talk, like when sparring's going on.
Oh, okay.
But I hate the people that don't even spar and they're giving advice.
Yeah, no, it's I was sparring somebody, and I told you about this. I sparred somebody a couple weeks ago, and we did like 4 rounds, and they just fucking kept coaching me from in the ring. They kept going, you do this, you do this, do this. It drove me. I was like, I'm never sparring this person again, because
just whoop his ass.
No, that wasn't funny. I was like, every time I was like, I'm just gonna hit him harder.
Yeah.
But it's like, people spar with their egos sometimes, and they're just gonna get in there, and their coaching helps them feel like they're accomplishing something.
Yeah.
That's crazy. Coach Friday was like, "Hey, you look real good today. What are you thinking?" And I really like that question. Coach, he's like, you look real good today sparring. What are you thinking? And I just told him like his age-old advice that he's always given me. I've just been embracing the chaos.
You said embracing the chaos.
And then I told I went up to Jackson, like a little girl. I was like, "Coach, just still man, do real good."
That was just Coach being delusional, though.
So
what?
No, but
that was just me being delusional when I saw him sparring, but he did good. It gets my attention when he has a different aura, and he's really, I mean, my job is to notice all the guys, but him is like he's a little special to me, in my heart. So I noticed him like doing little things and having fun and not getting like, usually when they throw at him, he would jump back and was really uncomfortable with being defensive. And he looked really calm. So I was like, damn, what are you thinking? That's why I asked you.
Yeah, just I'm going to get hit regardless. I think one thing I've done as a sparring person, I don't have the best defense. I'm one of those fighters who don't mind getting hit. I'm just like getting hit is a little time to rest.
You don't have the best defense because you haven't practiced on it yet.
Okay, I'm just...
Yeah, you everybody wants to learn how to punch first.
Right.
But nobody's focusing on blocking, and blocking is the most important thing.
Mm-hmm. But so I don't know defense very well. And when I would try to be defensive while sparring, what I'm actually doing is just running. Yeah. And so
that's the first thing I tell you guys when we do defensive drills. The best defense is getting out the way, but they're always going to somebody's always going to force you to fight.
Right.
And that's when you have to learn how to be calm in there because they're always going to force you to fight.
And that was what I was really working on is just breathing. Because
it's dumb.
No, man. It was like, it's
like, yeah, no shit.
Because I just started back sparring after being on the injury reserve, whatever. And
he put himself on the injury reserve.
Who cares? All right.
Nobody here put him on it.
My HMO put me on it. But anyway, I got back to sparring. And one of the first 2 times is like I had nothing. Because I went 4 rounds and didn't take a breath during any other rounds. And my body, my muscles were just like, hey, this is how we feel when we have 0 oxygen. So Friday, one thing I was doing was just, hey, move around, stay relaxed, keep breathing. And it was a much better experience. It really was.
That's good.
You have a fighter and we've talked about this, doubt. So now, how do you guys see doubt in relationship to a delusional person?
That's a mega question.
Doubt in relation to a okay, you're gonna have to break that down.
Okay, so what I just realized is the more delusional you are, the less doubt you'll have.
Okay, I see what you mean. That makes sense, right? Because obviously, if you 100% believe in your capacity to achieve whatever goal that you're going to achieve, I think you know what, self-doubt is always there. You just learn to combat it better. You get better at combating it. And I think that it depends, man. It depends on the situation, on the person. I always say that, but it does. It's like it's a very broad question.
Do you think that there are people who are good at being doubters?
Absolutely.
Really?
Hell yeah.
Okay. How? Also,
what do you mean?
I know that if I have doubt, I'm fucked. The second I doubt.
Okay, see, that's the difference. Your mindset about doubt. Doubt's always there, man. Doubt's always there. You know, but you got to know how to, like, I always tell Coach, it's like, you know, okay, Adam, you used to be a certain way, right? Before, you're a different person 10 years ago than you are now, right? But do you believe that person that was 10 years ago is still in there?
Yeah, every now and then I hear him
right.
talk, and I'm just
but
like, yeah.
Now you've learned how to tell that motherfucker to shut up, right?
All right.
You've just gotten better, but it's still every now and then, like you said, every now and then pop up, be like, hey, I'm still here, bitch. You know, but you learn to be like, oh, whatever. You know what I mean? I'm not going to fall back into that. I'm not that naive anymore to where I'm just going to fucking believe whatever that boy says.
Okay, that much I can understand. What I was going is like, where you said, you know, you need a degree of sanity in your delusion. And I'm like, no, you need no sanity.
No. I never said that.
Maybe I misheard you on something.
No, I said you need a degree of delusion, but you said it's no delusion. And I was like, no, you can have like a degree of delusion. You know what I mean?
Okay.
But like now when Mike broke down the definition, it started to make more sense to me though.
Mike's not on this podcast.
No, but you know what? He made a good point, and I wasn't fucking around when I said that.
Pre-podcast.
He mentioned that it's like it's something that you believe that something that's impossible. You believe that you can achieve it.
That couldn't possibly be true, right?
Right, exactly. And I think a lot of people believe that it's like we mentioned, if you have a boxer who thinks he who believes he can be world champion. Or maybe we can use the Ryan Garcia, what I said. A lot of people think he's delusional. A lot of people thought he was delusional for thinking that he could beat Tank Davis.
Mm-hmm.
Right? But there is a degree of possibility in that because he is a boxer who's been boxing for a long time, and there's always that, that puncher's chance.
He's in the ring.
And he's in the ring,
So that's not something that couldn't possibly be true. That's something that's likely. That has a likelihood.
Exactly. I think saying, this sounds like fucked up, but, somebody who's, I don't know, amputated saying that I'm going to go run a marathon today, and they were born with no legs. You know what I'm saying? Like, it sounds fucked up, dude. It sounds fucked up. I know it does. But do you know what I'm saying? Like, that's the degree of...
I saw this meme where two different athletes were praying to win the 100-mile meter dash.
Yeah.
The one is, God, let me win the 100-mile meter dash. And the other one's, God, let me win the 100-yard meter dash. And God went like this. So one won it regular, one run it in the Special Olympics. As a handicapped person. It's not funny, but that's absolutely hilarious. The Wright brothers.
Exactly.
The fathers of
I was
aviation.
going to use flight too. That's what's funny. I was going to use that.
The fathers of aviation.
People thought that they were delusional.
Absolutely. And I would have been one of those
lie.
people. Like, every now and then I sit back and think about it. I'm like, crap, I would have burned so many people as witches. Like, if I was back in the day, like, what? The earth doesn't revolve around the sun? The sun doesn't revolve around the earth? Oh my God, where's my matches?
Off
the
with
earth
this bitch's
isn't.
head.
I might have been an earth, like back then, I might have been an earth is flat type person. Because you ever be driving along the highway and just see like the mountains in the distance and I have to tell myself, I wonder if I was on like a horse and carriage, a buggy, and I saw that mountain, like however far that is over there, I would have said, yeah, that's as far as the earth goes.
Yeah.
Right. So, but people who say, no, there's something over there, I'm going to get to it. I'm going to get to there's gold in them their hills.
I think that's a beautiful part of thing about humanity, is that our curiosity. Why you always get quiet?
that's what makes like, why is it so quiet?
Our curiosity, that's what we push the boundaries all the time, man. And shit is impossible until it's fucking not. You are delusional until you're not. Maybe you think it may not be possible, but what if it fucking is?
And I guess I'm like, I'm operating in a place where I'm like, delusional. Being delusional is curable by manifestation. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
It's like, I'm going to be delusional. I'm going to do all the work, but that's another thing I wanted to get to. Coach, you ever have somebody who wanted the prize but none of the work?
Oh, all the time.
How far did they get?
Nowhere.
Being delusional means
straight to the point.
I have to get to that place. I have to do all the work because I'm this person that I see me being. I have to do all the work that gets me there.
Yeah.
You can't be entitled and delusional. That's just that to me is ridiculous. That person who's thinks that they're special and above the law. They don't need to do the work. It's like, no,
No, yeah, you must. I don't know if I've ever used this analogy like on the podcast, but I believe boxing is like a mirror. It shows you who you really are. And Coach always says it's like,
that hurts.
But Coach always says it's like boxing is a jealous sport. If you don't fucking come in for 2 or 3 days, it's gonna whoop you in the ass, man.
Mm-hmm.
The conditioning, the timing, all that shit,
and make you quit. Like if you don't do it, if you don't approach it right, and I see the guys who approach it just enough so that it's they like it's a hobby, and it's just enough. But it's like sometimes I want more, and I have to check do you really want more? How much more do you want? Like, because that more comes at a cost,
right?
And that's what I'm saying. You need to be, I've been trying to avoid addressing this, but I tell myself you need to be as delusional as a boxer as you were as a comic. Like that's I did all the work.
I think it borders on obsessiveness too, like but that's a different subject.
No, because if you're properly delusional, you are
should
obsessed.
Yeah.
The only thing about boxing is another delusional guy in front of you.
Yeah.
Oh, two delusional psychopaths
facing each other.
Just facing each other.
Yep. And there's two delusional coaches in the other corner too.
Mm-hmm. I like that. I like that. Say it again. That last part.
Don't say it
I have to say it again.
again.
There's 2 delusional coaches on the other side too.
Your coaches are delusional with you. Remember
course.
last week when I said if you're not going to listen to your coaches, get a coach you'll listen to.
Yep.
That's because they believe in you as much as you believe in you.
I think it's not. I don't know, man. I just think that like the goal is so big that it kind of scares you a little bit, and that's how it should be, because then you know it's worth chasing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there's people who said if your dreams don't scare you, they're not big enough.
Yeah,
and
that was very textbook.
That was who?
Very textbook.
Oh yeah. I just can't remember who's the last person I heard say it.
I don't know, but yeah, I've heard it before too.
But that's a real thing. It's like, how do I hold something that scares me? And that's a dream.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like all my dreams terrify me. Like every time I was like, I think about my perfect life, I'm like, I'm a little scared.
Bitch.
Yeah, I'll be a bitch. I'll be a bitch.
So,
most delusional boxer you've ever seen, Coach?
Delusional as he succeeded or he didn't succeed?
Let's do both.
Succeeded, Muhammad Ali.
Oh wow, that is exactly Kanye West level delusional. That is exactly what I'm talking about, because Muhammad Ali believed in his own greatness and pushed himself. He would do his work because he was that great, in order to be that great, and because he was that great.
Exactly.
Now, who somebody delusional who didn't make it?
Well, fuck, I mean, if I'm talking about them as they made it.
Yeah.
Could they have lasted longer? Yeah, they could have. And my Brits are going to get mad at me. Nasir Hamed.
Oh, Prince Nassim? Ooh, the showboater. Why didn't he last as long?
It was too delusional.
He was too
thought
awesome.
His technique was too good to beat everybody.
Mm-hmm.
The moment he fought a fucking guy who was fundamentally sound, who wasn't impressed by his antics, he just destroyed him with the basics.
And you look up Nassim; he's fun to watch. Ben Whitaker is another one.
He was.
But yeah, it's the
yeah, but like
he's a Harlem Globetrotter.
Ben Whitaker is doing that with people nobody knows. Let him do that with a world champion.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Like that's why people. I mean, I get it. He's selling.
Mm-hmm.
He's on people's faces. People know him now. They know his name. But do that with do it like Roy Jones did it with James Toney, bro. Like do it with the real motherfuckers, not guys that nobody knows.
That's just the thing. People don't want to get in the ring. I think you said this. People don't want to get in the ring with people that they're afraid of.
Of course.
And that's, to me, I don't know any other way. Like every time even when I don't know a guy, where you'll be like, Adam, get in the ring with that guy. And he can have his socks on. And I'll still be like, why, Coach, put me in the ring with this guy? Who is this guy? I'm afraid of everybody I'm in the ring with. A healthy dose of fear, that tells me I can't slip. So people getting in the ring with someone they're not afraid of, like even freaking Lil Nick.
Yeah.
I get in the ring with Lil Nick. I'm like, God damn it. All right. Have that fear. Don't avoid stuff you are afraid of. Cause that's what life is. Like
yeah,
I used to stay in bed for at least 4 hours, and I still have some days like that. I'll wake up. What?
Nothing. Why'd you stay in bed for 4 hours for?
I was scared of the day.
What did that solve for you?
Huh?
What did that solve for you?
Nothing. I can address this myself. I don't need your. But no, exactly. It wasn't solving anything. I had to get up and face that day. And there's still days I'm like, oh, okay, and just get the fuck out of bed. And that's the same thing in the ring. It's like, it just translates. Like Mag's always saying, boxing is the perfect metaphor for life.
Yes.
I always feel bad for the kickboxers, the Muay Thais. Whenever we say boxing is the perfect metaphor
fucking
for
Muay
life.
Thais.
And then they'll be like, well, what about Muay Thai? Like,
I mean, technically they can fall under that banner too.
They can't say it. It's
not.
There's no kicking in life.
It's not as hip.
There's no kicking in life.
They get mad at me when I tell them that shit. I respect. That's a tough sport. When I tell them, I grew up in an era when you were fighting somebody in the street. If you kicked or you tackled them to the floor, you're a pussy and you had to get back up. So that's the era I come from. So my mind is still embedded like, they're still built like that. So when I see somebody kick, I'm like, oh, he's a pussy.
Oh, speaking of like errors, when Magz, like when I was a kid listening to my iPod, I started giggled a little bit.
I wasn't a kid. I was a teenager.
You were a child.
Because
we had
a CD player.
I was a teenager. I had a fucking Walkman.
Okay, you had a Walkman with double batteries.
And I remember the CDs.
Remember the batteries would go out. You're like, fuck.
Yes. Start playing slow. Start playing slow before
so fast the CD. Like, oh shit, holding it.
I had a CD player. I did. I had
You
a CD
did?
player. Yeah, and I had Mariah Carey on repeat, and this '80s fucking weird shit that my parents had. That's it. Those 2 CDs.
Yeah. Okay. Do you have a Walkman cassette?
Yeah, cassette player. Yeah.
AM FM.
Yeah.
I had the AM FM Walkman before I got a cassette player Walkman.
Yeah.
Like I'm about to turn 50, man. That's crazy.
Fucking old ancient.
That's crazy. I'm so I
thought you were 50 already.
Really? So too.
Yeah.
Really? Why?
I could have sworn you said I'm like 52.
Yeah, I thought he was like 50 something.
How old are you?
49.
For real?
Yeah.
You're young, dog.
When you
You're
turn
prime, dog.
your birthday's soon, right?
Yeah.
April 20th.
Uh-huh.
Oh, you're on 420?
Yep.
Fucking
You
stoner.
You know that. You're about to be 50.
We've had this conversation.
Yeah.
But that's not delusion. Like I've had to, and it may not be delusional for everybody else, but I had that fear, like, oh my God, what have I done in my life? I'm about to be 50. And the delusional,
It's because that's what happens, man, when you start. You know what's delusional? Fucking comparing yourself to other people, dude. Drop mic, I'm out.
no, and I just said be delusional.
Everybody's different, dude.
Like,
Fuck
yeah,
it.
exactly. Like everybody I tell I'm about to be 50 is like, dude, you're not 36. You're not 35. So I'm like, I have to accept the fact that I still have a lot more life in front of me.
Yeah, man. You have as much life as however fuck you want, until it's gone. But you know what I mean.
Yeah, exactly.
It's like it's so easy to sit there and like, oh man, like I'm fucking 30 and I shouldn't be living with my parents and blah blah blah.
I don't live with my parents.
Whatever, dude. I'm fucking about to be 35. I still live with my parents, and I don't give
There's
a
nothing
shit.
wrong with that. I don't think that there's anything wrong with that. Actually, it is more acceptable for young ladies.
Not just that, living in California, dog.
Yep.
Oh, and in California.
Yeah.
That is
fucking
true.
rent's like fucking $2,500 for a 1-bedroom.
Culturally speaking, I am also unmarried, so it's definitely okay.
See?
I just busted an Adam. I'm single.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay.
If you guys are looking out there, she's like,
Yeah.
call your daddies.
DJ Su Padre.
Yeah.
That's it, right?
Dile su padre.
Yeah, see? I kind of know Spanish a little bit. What was I going to say about
Goddamn lie.
delusional? I don't know.
You got us all delusional over
I
here,
don't know.
bro.
It got weird.
You know who, and I guess I can tie this in a little bit to white athletes.
Oh, that's fucked up.
No,
That's racist.
it's going to seem racist.
That was a racist
and I know
one.
they all leaned closer to their radio transmitters to hear me say this. But you guys start being delusional too. Like when I was a kid,
What?
when I was
Where's
a kid,
this going?
because when I was a kid, I grew up in the 80s, and that was every
White men can jump.
the boomers were telling their white kids, the black kids are better than you. You're not gonna be boom. You know, that's
You're
why
never gonna be
that's why the only
Asians.
Caucasian basketball players are European. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
they're now
good point.
Caitlin, you guys have Caitlin Clark now.
Maybe because you slam dunk on them on every basketball court out here, dog.
What?
Maybe because you guys slam dunk in their face every
I
time
don't
they
think
play.
that really it doesn't happen with me. Like I'll pass it to a white guy. But it's like, I watched the
It's
Caitlin
just that
Clark
kids
thing.
here ain't driven, bro. Like in Europe, and those kids are driven. Those young men.
But
that
see,
play-
and that's just the thing. I don't think that they were encouraged to be driven.
Exactly, because that's what I'm trying to tell you. Like those motherfucking kids over there in the Eastern Europe, even the boxers, where are the good white ones from?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I wouldn't.
Shout out to
almost
Kyle.
said
Shout out to Kyle who
Kyle,
fucking is the
shout out, and
hardest.
fucking my boy Austin and Kyle.
Austin. Yeah,
Austin,
Austin and
Kyle.
Kyle are some of the hardest.
Austin's the
working
fucking
motherfuckers.
blackest white boy I ever
Yeah,
met,
for
though,
real.
dog.
Don't say that on this podcast. He'll stop.
What's wrong with
listening.
that? And Kyle's the most Mexican white boy I met, dog.
For real.
I knew Kyle was white when I met him. I thought
You said you thought Austin was
I
Mexican.
thought Austin was Mexican.
I was like, where?
Like, this is fucking swag. It's
Yeah,
his-
he's got a way of carrying
it's
himself
his
for
swag. I
sure.
was like, God damn. But it's like that's my point exactly. You got to believe in your desire to be great.
Yeah.
Believe in your desire to be great.
So them believing in their desire to be great is not them being delusional, right?
No.
Okay, just want to make sure.
It is. But still, I mean, I don't know.
To my point, she said you have to be a little delusional.
I don't know if they have anybody in their life to
Just a
doubt.
little
If they have any reason to doubt themselves. But like the best baseball player in the world still doesn't have a big chance of making it to Major League Baseball.
Who is it?
Yeah.
No, I'm just the best baseball player not in Major League system right now.
Mm-hmm.
Still has a small chance, and he does have to. He does have to be delusional. She
would be delusional.
No, and that's it. Like when I had my little girl, I was like, "You're gonna be the first female catcher in Major League Baseball."
That's delusional, though.
It was that eventually went away.
You're delusional until you're not. There was a dude out there, right, who said, "I'm gonna win a women's swimming fucking championship," and then that motherfucker did.
I wonder if he ever said that's.
Why did he win it for? Because of the delusional society we live in now.
Yeah. There was a lady up in Washington. She was born white, 2 white parents, and then she said, "You know what? I'm black."
That's that.
And she didn't just stop there. She went on to become the president of the Washington State chapter of the NAACP.
Yo,
You know who I'm talking about?
hell no.
Oh, it's Rachel Dolezal.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know about that shit.
Yeah, it's like I watch. I had her on my podcast back then when all that was happening, but I only let her talk about being an activist. I didn't let her talk about being black because I wanted her to talk about being an activist because she's a very active person. She had a real hard driven, and so I've always kept like my eye on her. And she just lost her job because of her OnlyFans page. And she didn't have one of those she had a supplemental income OnlyFans page. Like some people, like you hear them, like their job found out, so they quit. Like the cops, they're New York cops who just like, oh yeah, I just quit being a cop. I'm just going to do this OnlyFans stuff because this is where the real money comes from. So
that's crazy. But you know what? You make a great point. There are a lot of delusional people in society nowadays. I was talking to you.
I couldn't tell. I was like, well, but
he wasn't looking.
She said, you make a good point. We can go over all the tapes of this podcast. She's never said that to me.
No, but you do make a good point. Is that there are a lot of people out there who they talk about not just women get periods and not just women this, not just like what do you mean like. Pregnant people, I'm like, what do you mean pregnant people? Like,
the people who won't say gender.
Yeah, dude, like that's
what I'm saying. That's
what I'm saying. Make a good point.
What I've had to come to realize is that I come to accept. Like that shit used to get me fucking furious.
What?
That level of stupidity.
Oh,
just
yeah. I'm like,
I'd see the article or the post, and just be like, but I say, hey, stop being mad. Realize you don't know those people.
Yeah.
It's like your life is, your circle is so tight that squares don't fit in.
You make a great point, Adam.
And so, but they still
hear that. Write this day down, though.
I know.
241.
It's all I'm gonna post. It's all the episode's gonna be. I'm cutting out everything.
You get a great point.
You can make it the remix, dude. Make it a song and shit.
I almost done because I gotta take a piss.
I'm gonna auto tune it. Everything. What the fuck is wrong with you?
I gotta take a piss. I'm fucking holding this shit. Guys, he's gonna auto-tune that shit.
Can't even think. Can't even fucking.
Yeah, I'm not trying to look
no
at my
input.
legs are shaking and shit. I'm delusional. Huh?
We're not even gonna talk boxing today. We're out.
All right. There aren't really any good fights this weekend.
No, not till next week.
Next week, so we good.
Yeah.
So we're gonna go.
We may or may not. He won't be here. I don't know. We'll figure it out.
Oh wait,
may get a guest speaker or something.
You're not gonna be here next week?
No.
Next Tuesday?
Remember?
You remember?
That's right.
I'm gonna be delusional and say that I'm gonna go train with Canelo, dog.
That's
delusional.
Awesome. There's a lot of awesome stuff in that.
That's delusional.
Awesome.
You guys are absolutely awesome. Subscribe, like,
comment, compartan, no sean culeros.
Woo!
Look those words up. You guys are awesome. Bye.
Look those words up.
This has been a Point and Yell production. Yeah, I think the words, but sometimes they don't come out of my mouth no good.